What's up, you guys, gods and goddesses? This is the Intuitive Mirror, and I just wanted to say Happy New Year to all of you who are tuning in for the very first time. I am tickled pink. I am so excited to be here today with you all. This is my first inaugural actual reading. And the funny part is, I wanted to really kick this off, even though I do often read with tarot. I am an intuitive reader, as the title suggests. So I'm just going to get right into it with a fun party vibe with some potato chips. So I have here some Ruffles with Ridges. I have the Lay's Turkey Dinner potato chips, as well as some que pasa nacho tortilla chips. And we're just going to give that a whirl. I really envisioned some meli some bits and bites today, but thinking that'd be more visual. But however, here we are. So we're going to give this a whirl. I can read anything. I could read a crumpled up piece of napkin for you if you wanted me to. I can read wax for you if you wanted me to. And I thought this would be a fun way to kick off our new year and just kind of have like a pop and chip party. So here we go. I'm going to just set the intentions right now and say thank you so much to Divine Mother, Divine Father, Holy Creator for this blessing today that we can gather here and be part of this amazing opportunity as we enter into a new phase of our existence and our life here, moving into 2025. And I want to say thank you so much for our ability to see, feel, hear, taste, touch, smell, and just exist. So let's get going. Okay, here we are. So when I was first getting these chips, actually, one of the first things I was hearing was, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" And that's a really big indicator to me that there is some questioning going on with some of us here. And I don't want to say it's just me, right? Like I'm feeling it as much as you are feeling it here. But let's get going. Okay, so I look at this, first of all, this bowl full of delicious chips. I'm going to back off my mic a little bit here, and I'm thinking like, wow, it really is just overflowing, which is amazing. Lots of opportunities, but it almost comes across like there is so much to choose from. We don't even know where to begin. And it's like feeling like as though if we move one piece or we touch one piece and we try to resettle it or exchange it, move it somewhere else, it feels like the whole thing's going to come tumbling down. So that's a really interesting message as we're moving into the new year. So are you feeling yourself to be in a situation where perhaps you've got a lot on your plate, quite literally? Do you have a lot on your plate here? And what's going on with that? So let's just see what happens. We're going to take a turkey dinner chip. I've read chips before, but not like this. So this is, I'm being very, very particular, which is interesting because that's not something I normally would do. I would usually just grab it, but I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to grab that one, a couple tortilla chips here and one more. And then I'm going to set the rest aside for now. And they look delicious. Oh, and they're moving on their own. Okay. Divine Mother, Divine Father, give me information for our collective. All right, so good old lads and lasses. I do have a Kleenex tucked away here somewhere. Oh, no, I don't. That's interesting. So the thing that you thought you had, oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So there's a message for you. So the thing you thought you had. So perhaps you were getting prepared for something and there's a lot of hesitation. I can relate to that. And, maybe there are pieces of like either equipment or resources that you think you need or you require. And you think, okay, yeah, I got this. I'm prepared. I'm ready. And then there's a panic and a moment of, I don't have it. You do. Okay. You've got everything that you need. I think the big thing here is we cannot be seeking perfection. Someone in this collective for who I'm reading, very, very specific, but there is a sense of my life has fallen to pieces and I'm feeling very shattered right now. And so I'm just going to send a big, big hug to you and much love to you. And if you have had a recent loss or a situation where there's been a breakup, I do want to send you my condolences. I'm also getting something about like a gravy boat. Someone's turkey shaped gravy boat has broken. That is very specific as well. I'm getting the sense, I don't know, there was an individual who may have broken this. So specific, you guys, sorry, but, they feel really badly about it. And I think it was accidental, even though it might seem like there was some temper tantrums happening along the way. Okay. What else do I need to know here? Obviously, I'm looking at tortilla chips and corn chips, and I'm thinking about Mexico. I myself had, a couple trips to Mexico, and I love, love, love that place. I love that country. So for me, when as a reader, I tend to connect a lot to my own experiences, and then it draws out the messaging. So if you can stick with me a little bit and you kind of get used to my vibe, then you'll sort of understand. But so from my experience when I was in Mexico, I entered into this place, and I had a wonderful opportunity to go down there. And when I arrived and I was in the location, I had what felt like zero pain. So I had like a little bit of a hip thing from working out and had this like tight hip and joint. And when I was down there, I had no pain. So I'm wondering if some of you are experiencing a little bit of pain, or if there's a location that you have been in where you are noticing maybe something similar. And if that's the case, that might be something worth pursuing. There's been a lot coming up lately for me with regards to astrocartography. And if you're not familiar with that, that's really the taking the astrology and of your birth, and depending on where you are and where you live, that can really have a large impact in terms of your experience, your life, your career, your health, all of those things. So, guys, I cannot tell you, I cannot even begin with astrocartography, where to start with that, but it might be something worth exploring. And if you know of someone, hey, send them my way, because I myself would really like to explore as well. I have moved into a new location, and I also find that there's been some sort of differentiations in terms of my experience from where I was living to where I am living now. Okay, so there's a lot of people from the north, and I'm getting like the northern hemisphere that's watching this, in North America perhaps. And thank you so much. I'm also getting Northern Ireland, and I'm getting Northern England, and I wanted to launch into a Scottish accent earlier, but I have sort of reined it in. So, hey, what's up if you're from there and that resonates with you? Okay. So, something about a t-shirt. Someone's t-shirt is, and it's like someone's working out and is getting really, really buff and broad in their shoulders, and feeling very strong. And I want to say congratulations to you. Might be something about your eyesight. If this relates to you about your eyesight, you might want to get your eyes checked. Getting a sense of like almost like light sensitivity or something along that line. Yeah. And if you are someone who enjoys gardening or being around flowers, around nature, I am getting the sense that that would be something that you should be doing, especially if you are dealing with something relating to your eyesight. I'm getting this sense of like just connecting with plants and nature, is going to be helpful for you at this time. Okay. Let's take a couple more chips here. It's like being comfortable with chaos. Let's be comfortable with chaos. Okay. So if we're talking about some energies moving into the new year, I know if you've been watching the news and paying attention, or maybe not watching the news, but rather paying attention on social media with a couple of certain communities, there's a lot happening, you guys, and it's pretty wild. I get the sense of like, okay, I'm seeing a lot of shapes right now, and it's just picking up on my camera. Like I'm seeing, the reflection off of my ring light, for example, and then I'm seeing the reflection of the light here on my plate at the moment. And so it's almost like getting a sense of like things appearing and really taking shape for you coming into the 2025 season. So, yeah, it's like pieces of a puzzle right now, and nothing is together to make a unified idea. So there's just this real sense of like needing to really trust, and I could feel almost like the fear coming into my sacral chakra in that moment, like this nervousness. I can't ignore it right now. There's an individual who is like an older man, male, wearing a large hat. It's got like plumes or feathers coming out of it. It's got a bit of a longer hair. I'm getting a sense of like almost like a Don Quixote sort of vibe, or someone who's in a play or doing some sort of acting, maybe Shakespearean. I'm getting a sense of this like beautiful piece of artwork that is being created right now. And if this is something that resonates with you, I just want to say, like, you know what, take a break. I get the sense that there's like this deadline of like really trying to push for something. Take a break, take a step back, take a deep breath, and, do something that is alternative to what you have been working on. Okay. So if you're really like into, let's say, the painting or what have you right now, like you're into that macro or micro, I should say, excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Communication might be tricky too. Like the things that you're trying to say, things that you want to say and coming out is not happening as you expect. But going back to this artiste that I'm picking up here, if you are feeling like you're really into your own work and it's very micro world related, right? You are not socializing with a lot of other people right now. Let's just take a break and go out, see some people, go to a coffee shop, do something. Doesn't have to be people that you necessarily know. No, it could be people that, just people in general would be nice, and go have a laugh. I'm hearing laughter coming from the other room right now. And I get the sense of like, maybe, go see a comedy show, go to a club, something like that. Just get a change of pace and like do a redirection. Okay. A little bit of a redirection, and then go back to your work, your piece, and you will be surprised at the sort of refreshed and renewed. I'm also getting a sense of like taking that step back and with big ideas coming in, almost like it's just hits you and you're like, aha. So if you've been having issues with like trying to figure out, like you have an impasse, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like you're trying to figure something out. I don't know what to do next with this project. If this is something relating to your artwork or your project. And I'm sort of getting this sense of like a logo. I got this corporate vibe just coming up right now. I also see the number 8. So either you were born in the 8th month and you are a Leo, my Leos, or in 8 months from now, which will be again August because we're moving into January. At this point in time, I just want to say also it is timeless, my friends. And so if you are finding this and it's at a different time and place, just use how that applies to you. There's a gentleman that I'm seeing here. I'm getting a couple of vibes. I'm getting some boss vibes. I'm getting some God vibes, like Zeus vibes. Big time. This has been coming up for me a lot in the last little bit. I am trying to connect the dots with a few things. And I'm sure if you're coming in and seeing my reading, you're probably in a similar boat right now. There's a lot of information that's coming at us from all directions. And I'm talking information from the ethers, information from your guides, right? So like, I know I have really dug back into my meditation practice. And so of course I'm getting lots of information, which is wonderful. However, there's so much information, I just don't even know what to do with it, okay? And this is reminding me of that right now. So Zeus, who is Zeus? Zeus is a Greek god. He was like the ultimate, the god of gods, okay? I'm getting a sense of marble. crushed glass and marble. Maybe someone is redoing their kitchen or someone's in their kitchen right now. Got a sense of maybe dropping something on your beautiful, like a granite countertop, and maybe you got a chip in it. I'm so sorry if that happened. Maybe it was the gravy boat that fell. I don't know. But yeah, so Zeus is like the mega god in Greek mythology, and Zeus actually, you know, that entity that we have called Zeus exists in other cultures as well. Okay. And for me recently, for example, I came across a vision and I sort of did some exploration around it, and it brought up the god Amun from Egypt. So there's an interesting connection between some of these people. And also, if you're an Aries, I get the sense of an Aries that might be watching this. Okay, so my hand is feeling really tense right now. And like, so the fact that I even wanted to do this, like, I don't do this, you guys. I don't do this over my potato chips, okay? So that's new. But I'm getting a sense of like tension in my hands and almost like maybe like carpal tunnel, like if you're working at the office a lot and you're finding 1717, I just saw that 1717, which if 1 + 7 and 1 + 7 is 8, 8, 8. So again, the 8 is coming up. If you are someone who's been sitting at the desk a lot, you know, like it's especially the right hand and like the right forearm and all of that's feeling really, really tense and tight right now. Okay, so moving on. That was fun. That did a little spin there. Not even moving on, just like what else can we see here? There's the letter N, Nancy. I almost heard like negative Nancy, if you know that term, right? Or like, is someone in your life being a negative Nancy? Are you being a negative Nancy? As we move into this new season, right? Like, especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, and I saw that earlier, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we do not have a lot of light right now, my friends. It's a slog, right? It is a tricky one. So, you might need to have some vitamin D. You might need to get outside for a walk. I know it's cold. I'm there. I have a dog. I get you. But we need to get out there. Take a deep breath. Okay. There's a lot of energy flowing through right now, and it's like I can feel it in my chest, and it's like I'm trying to like breathe really heavy. It's really, really tricky right now. So are we being a negative Nancy? What is it that we're being negative about? I have really been sort of focused on the idea of like, what is the story? What story are you telling yourselves in your brain right now? It's not all true, my friends. You cannot believe everything that's popping into your brain, even if you're big brained, even if you're really, really smart. Okay. You cannot be buying that. I heard a wolf in sheep's clothing. A wolf in sheep's clothing. That is a brilliant, brilliant thing. Okay. You've got these like little, I wanted to say insidious thoughts. You have insidious thoughts that are coming into your sphere, into your space, into your world, into your head. And all of a sudden you're buying it hook, line, and sinker. And, you know, it doesn't seem like a bad thought at first, but then really this wolf, what does the wolf want to do? It wants to eat the herd, right? God bless the wolves. They're beautiful. But if you're getting a wolf in sheep's clothing vibe with your thoughts, what can you do to reset? Okay. So I'm thinking, I see an arrow, it's pointing up. It's like push upward. So I'm getting the sense of like, this is not the time for us to be quitting, to be backing down from things. It is so tempting to curl up into that blanket and turn out the lights and just stay put. I fully, fully get it. You are being encouraged though to do things once a day, at least once a day. If you're feeling sort of down right now, once a day, go outside. Okay. Doesn't have to be big time. 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. Go out, do something for yourself. I want to mix this up, so I'm going to do it. So it's like this feeling of frustration too. It's like, you know, I just want, everything feels like it's always, you know, like, that rage. No, we got out of the holidays. We've had lots of snacks. I've had a lot of cheese and charcutes. And don't know about you, but it's time to get our nutrition back on. For the first time in probably 2 weeks, I had green. I made like a green juice for myself. I haven't had a juice in a while. So I had some celery juice today, and I had some, put some ginger in there and all that stuff. And you know what? It doesn't necessarily hit you right away, but the benefits will sort of come through for you. I'm finding myself getting caught up on how to, what to say, how to speak right now. Someone has ordered a pizza. Your pizza guy is here. He's at the door. Go check it. Okay. Ding dong. DoorDash, something like that's going on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh man, I have this urge to just like smash this plate right now. That is a lot of energy that is being pent up. So let's take a deep breath together. Today is also the new moon in Capricorn, and I just want to bring your attention to this book by Keiko. If you are not familiar with it, it's called The Power Wish, and it is a really, really great book, and I highly recommend it, but you can go online. She has a blog. She has herself a website, and start setting your new moon intentions, my friends. This is going into the new year. And we're having a party here with our chips and our pop, but we have to take it sort of seriously. Our vibe is important, right? Our vibe, our frequency, 222 on the timer as I looked over at my camera. Our vibe, our frequency is so essential right now. And I have some big messages that I've been wanting to share, and I'm not going to share it with my chip reading today, but I am going to be sharing it in the coming days, coming weeks. So I just hope you tune in, and please like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. I am the Intuitive Mirror, and I go by Hope here, and I hear it incoming. So my ear just started ringing. I sometimes get things like that, incoming message. I am getting the sense of someone who is going to be doing some traveling, going across the pond, as they say, going across the ocean, perhaps traveling on a cruise. But I do see a ship, and so that tells me about travel or, just changing locations or changing vibe. But going back to the frequency thing for a second too, I was having a conversation with a friend, and it's like, oh, so what? I'm supposed to be just doing like 80% frequency and 20% work? Yeah. Yes, guys. I don't understand why this is still complicated for us to understand. Like, the frequency is everything. That is how we operate in this world. And we're just blindly going around letting other people dictate our frequency. Our frequency. Are you kidding me? Don't be a freak. I mean that respectfully. Don't let them tell you who you are. Right? Do not let them tell you who you are. And yes, it does take a lot of work. Okay? If you're someone who is still new at working on your vibe, okay? Yeah, it takes a lot of focus. However, this is what I know. I literally brainwashed myself many, many years ago. I just did a deep dive into Abraham Hicks, and like at the time I was not anywhere near to receive some of the stuff about vibration. I was like high, I was low, I was going all over the place. Okay. It was like trying to drive a stick shift car and not having anyone guide you on how to do it, except maybe someone on the phone being like, yeah, you know that little thing, push the thing. And it was tricky for a while there, but I started to get the vibe. I get something about Africa. Just came up right now. Something about Africa. Okay. So Turkey as well. Turkey's coming up again as the place this time, not the animal. And then a pen and a writing situation. So something about writing, and someone's going to New York for a trip. And this is a book signing or some sort of opportunity. I don't know if you are the writer or if you're going to meet someone that you're excited to meet about, but oh my gosh, my throat just tied up there. Don't be afraid. And someone here from Texas. Okay. Might be meeting someone from Texas. Okay. And I see an arrowhead. So let's talk about direction. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, I had to brainwash myself, and it took a long time, but I would write affirmations down. I would listen to subliminals. I was just like listening to podcasts. I was listening to Abraham Hicks on YouTube. Like I was doing all the things, and I did it consistently for like months and months and months and months. And then it's like there's a breakthrough that came, and things that I was looking to manifest actually finally came through. But there was a moment, a distinct moment that I remember when I was writing things down. It's like I felt it pierce through my reality. It's like, or I pierced through into its reality. Whatever it was, the truth of what I was seeing written down came through, and it's like it hit my cellular level finally, right? So that was very distinct for me at that time, and I want to encourage you to go back to that practice if you have been doing it and then you stopped. Alternatively, if you are doing it for the first time, really just focus on things that help you feel good. Okay. Don't be jumping into some sort of manifestation ritual if you're not in a good space. Like if you're one of those people from earlier that I was like, rah, rah, feeling all that, don't be that guy or that girl. Okay. You need to do something that feels good first. You need to go for that walk first or what have you. So I see this like figure, like male figure. I also get a sense of something with feathers coming out. Feathers could be angel messages, something like that. It's almost like I'm seeing the same person from before, almost like Zeus again. Okay, that vibe, that face that I was seeing before, but now I'm seeing it from a totally different angle. So I'm going to use that as confirmation here that there is, perspective shift that's happening. And maybe with this practice, you are able to create a perspective shift. I also heard, prospective shift. Prospect. Is there a prospect? Someone's cat. I don't know if this cat has passed or not, but someone's cat is present here. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting that I'm talking about the law of attraction and things like that. I mean, that is definitely something that is on my radar and things that I find really important. I love coaching. I do it in my spare time. I'm just starting now in this direction towards more coaching, but I'm telling you, like it is just, I love being able to inspire people and help people become something that they aspire to and help show them a pathway, right? So I'm getting the sense that there's probably a few people here that are feeling like that is something that is your vibe. If you're not 100% sure what to do, do some writing. I've noticed if I do early morning meditations, and then I do a heart coherence, like I do a tune in with my heart. Greg Braden has something online that he does, and with the Heart Mind Institute. But anyways, there's a heart meditation, and really tuning into your heart space and what your heart wants and what your heart needs from you is really valuable. And for me, my personal, way that I've noticed how my higher self and my heart will respond. If it's a no, it's silent. But if it's a yes, or if there's an answer that's very specific, it almost will come in before I've even finished asking the question. And it will come in as a one-word answer, sometimes maybe a two-word answer or phrase. But you might want to try it, might want to look it up. Okay, I got a lot of artists tuning in here. Like, I just can't, it's like everything I look at is like beautiful artwork here. So I see this beautiful, like younger boy who's got this like beautiful sort of sprightly kind of look, kind of face. Someone who might be into like anime or manga, sort of that vibe. Maybe you are an artist and you're watching this and this is something that you're looking at. Maybe you're looking for inspiration in terms of story. I love using tarot as an inspiration for story. That might be a pathway that you're looking into or coming here for inspiration or for story. Yeah. And I heard be careful with my heart. Be careful with my heart. Okay. Ta-da. It's like magic. Interesting. Be careful with my heart. So again, putting back the pieces, my love, if you were definitely, here, remember we talked about puzzle earlier and like there is a piece missing here. If you are experiencing grief, I just want you to know that grief is not linear. It is not. It is the farthest thing from linear. It is at best a spiral, a vortex, one that, you know, will come around and disappear and come around and disappear again. So I'm sending you lots of love here because I get a sense that we're kind of feeling those feelings right now at this time of year. And that is totally okay. That is normal, I feel personally. Anyways, I'm getting the sense to like look at my beautiful owl of wisdom. Do a little bit of scrying while we're here. Sheila is a name. Sheila, Shiloh, Sharon, Shosho, someone with a name Shosho, or maybe that's like maybe that's a phrase or a saying in another language, Shosho. I often will hear things like that. I sometimes get all sorts of little things that don't make sense until way afterwards. Yeah, Shosho, Sheila. I feel like I've heard Shosho before. Okay, and I get the meat and potatoes. That's what I'm hearing. What's the meat and potatoes? So what's the important part? Again, looking at direction. So if that resonates for you, something about like eating more vegetables, you guys. I'm sorry. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but maybe we need to like work on that for our vibe. You know, if you're feeling, here's the thing we sort of take for granted sometimes, like I'm a very emotional being, but I sometimes neglect to recognize how important nutrition and hydration is to my overall well-being. This system that we have, this vehicle that is carrying our spirit needs maintenance. It needs to be taken care of. You do not need to be doing some fancy schmancy yoga or what have you, or going to the cave, as much as we all dream about that big dream, but maybe how about we drink some water? How about we just drink our water, you guys? And Elisa, that's a message maybe for you, Lisa. Drink some water, Lisa. You guys, if you're tall, like if you're like 5'7", 5 and above kind of thing, I don't know. You guys, you can't make this stuff up. So my phone died mid recording of this, and the part that got me the most, hold on, I'm going into my big screen here for my camera above. Okay. The part that got me is it literally stopped recording at 33:33. So for me, that's a natural ending. And it's an angel number that's very dear to my heart. But, you can't make that stuff up. So some of you have pizza to eat by the sounds of it. Some of you have, parties to go to, parties to attend. And some of you might be just lighting a candle for a loved one who's passed and just taking a moment with them tomorrow and maybe the next day, and if you're not, this is your sign to maybe do that and to just like tune in and sort of get familiar again with those people that you love and that we may have been separated from. And I just want to say to you, if you are experiencing grief, again, I know that people, you don't know until you know, like people think they know what loss feels like, but you don't know until you actually walk it yourself. So I'm again sending you much love and light, but I am going to use this as a natural ending. So I'm going to take that as a hint that it's time for me to take a break. But what I am going to do is I'm going to move our chips to the side, and I will revisit chips again at some point. I don't even know what I was saying. I think I was scrying. I said some names, and then the tech went out. So if you're dealing with technical frustrations of any sort, my love goes out to you. Okay, so this is, what is this? This is the Activation Oracle, activation, sacred activations, I think. What's it called? Geometric activations. Sorry, I had to look. It's hiding in my little shelf there. Geometric activations, Oracle deck. What is it that we need to know? We're going to just close out the reading. something about alignment and making sure you're keeping yourself aligned physically as well as, spiritually, mentally aligned. Oh, I was talking about water, I think. You need water. I think I was saying you need a minimum of 2.5 liters just to function. Meaning just for your lungs to work, and your muscles to have what they need, just the literal basics. That's not even I want to build more muscle or whatever, right? So I think I was talking about water. I also have a prayer that I've started. I have a prayer series, and water is the episode 2. It's a theme. I work with different themes. I've been guided to start this. This was something that was haunting me for a year. I shouldn't say haunting. But it was definitely on my mind. Okay, so number 34, passion. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Beautiful. We were talking about this earlier. Don't buy into all the stories, right? And we were talking about frequency. Frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. Okay, so the big human challenge is, can I have these feelings, have these emotions, and not buy it with, don't buy the story and fall for it all the time? I hear journaling. Journaling might be of help if you're someone who feels things deeply. I definitely do feel things very deeply. And sometimes I can buy those stories, hook, line, and sinker. So passion is a valuable asset if we know how to use it. Okay, I got to end it here. I'm going to try to post something about this on the community page. If you stuck through to the end with me, I've been cut off 14 times. Okay, that's an exaggeration. 4 times towards the end here for a variety of different little tech reasons. Let's not let that discourage us, okay? And take it as a sign that sometimes we need to redirect or shift. Just take a note from the universe, okay? So I just want to let you know that if you made it here, thank you so, so much. I love you very much. I really appreciate you being here. And if you enjoyed this, maybe share it with someone else. Hey, there's a chick doing potato chip readings. That's weird and different. And I am the Intuitive Mirror. And I really hope you have a blessed New Year's. And we will speak soon.